Okay. Oh, hey, I think that was it. I think we're back. Yeah. I was trying out some new stuff for a green screen, and it was causing lay issues. I think we're good now.
Yep. Now even I can watch the stream with no issues.
Okay. Well, we solved it. Crisis averted. We'll start over.
The entire stream.
Yeah, let's start over, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for bearing with me while we figured that out. For God's sakes! Oh my!
We thought it was just my connection or something.
Right? Yeah. Here I was thinking my expensive ass mic was breaking down. Like, oh no. Okay. Anyway,
So,
welcome. August 2025, RUM-Gaming Monthly Pulse. We've got a lot of cool stuff. We've got some new news to talk about. We've got some veteran topics to talk about. We've got some gaming topics to talk about. Go ahead. We'll start with you, Goat. You've got something.
So we'll give the quicker version this time, since the first person I was buying time while you were troubleshooting.
Yeah.
It's just, I'm going to try intermittent fasting for the first time because I'm getting fatter, older, and lazier. And need to find something that I can tackle that doesn't involve an hour of working out a day.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try intermittent fasting and doing some extra walking in the underground tunnels at work. See how that road goes. And then hopefully next month, you'll either come back a little bit lighter or with bad news that I suck at following a routine.
Yeah, I will say for me, fasting or light intermittent fasting was really, really powerful for my weight loss. I cut out sodas altogether, and then I stopped eating breakfast. Like I would not eat before. I stopped eating before 9 o'clock, and I wouldn't eat again until at least 11 the next day. And that, believe it or not, was totally really helpful.
I never drink sugared sodas, but I don't think I could ever just stop drinking soda altogether. I still like to have one every now and then.
Well, yeah, I mean, I say that I didn't stop it altogether, but like, I don't as much. Like every once in a while, I'll have like a sugar-free soda. You know, like I have like 3 cases of like different sugar-free sodas in my pantry that have been there for over 3 months. Like it just for like I don't drink a whole lot of sodas. Like every once in a while, I'll get a hankering for something and I'll have a 0 sugar, whatever the fuck I can find. But
yeah, I mean, all 3 of us drink them, so I mean, but we've all 3 have started drinking more water and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So even now, it was like we'd easily go through, a 12-pack would last us like 4 or 5 days. Like
yeah,
we're going through sometimes 2 12-packs a week, and now we've all started drinking more water in general. So now they're lasting a lot longer, but I've gotten, for a while there, I wasn't even drinking any at all for a couple of weeks. Now I'm back to at least having like 1 a day, like 1 with dinner. But yeah, we can move into show and tell though, if you want now.
Yeah, well, I mean, I kind of wanted to talk a little bit about the blogs, since you were going on the health journey. As you can see behind me, I have acquired.
I can see you're behind you.
Yeah, as you can see behind me now, I have acquired a weight bench. It's kind of the barbell is in pieces right now. At least the other side of it is, because the hub was locked up, so it wasn't like spinning like it was supposed to. So I've got that broken apart, and I'm cleaning that up and lubing it back up, putting it back together. It's got snap rings in it, and I was able to get the snap rings off with 2 screwdrivers, but I fucking can't get them back on.
You don't have snap ring pliers?
No, I don't.
All those years of mechanicking, you never had a need for snap rings?
No, because what I did was all like on the interior. I did electrical, AC, and trim. There's nothing on the inside of the car that uses snap rings. I mean, so I never needed them.
1 pair, but I don't have like a set or anything. But.
Yeah, so I never needed them. But
go to Harbor Freight, man, get you.
Well, I don't need to. I just borrow from my father-in-law. He's got some. I just need to go get some. I need to go get them from him. But anyway, with that, it's been like a really crazy boost to my fitness journey, because going to the gym, and I'm sure a lot of veterans can relate, public gyms are, They make you anxious, especially when they're crowded. Like what really set me over the edge to buy the weight bench was I tried to go 3 weeks ago and like the entire city was there. People were parking across the street. And it's like even if I could find a place to park, there would be no equipment available if I got in. So it's like there's nothing worse than being super motivated to work out. Like I had a whole workout plan prepared, ready to go, and just I wasn't able to do anything about it because just too many people.
Well, I mean, I guess it's gym memberships is such a crazy thing because it's like, well, where do you draw the line on we're not taking any more members at the moment because you never know when everybody is going to show up.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of gyms these days don't do that. It doesn't matter. You want a membership? Here you go. It's like you would think they'd be like, okay, we can only give out X amount of membership so that we can ensure that the service that the members do get is good. And I might bring that up to my gym. It's be like, look, you guys need to do something because I'm paying for a membership and I physically can't use it because there's just too many people.
You just can't use it at the time you want to use it.
Yeah.
That would be their defense. Like, we're not making you come at this time.
That's true.
We're open 24/7.
That's true. They are open 24/7. But, like, realistically speaking, like, a grown adult with a fucking full-time job and a family isn't going to be at the fucking gym at 1 a.m. I'm sorry.
Right. But you could come at 6 a.m. or 9 p.m. I'm just saying. From their defense, I get it, but you do have to draw the line somewhere.
Yeah. And at this point,
your peak time is at, triple capacity, you've given out too many.
Yeah, and that's where my gym is at right now. They're like, and it's I get why. It really is like one of, if not the nicest gyms in the area. I get it.
Yeah, but still, you can have more people standing than working out.
Yeah, and that's what it was. Like, if I'd have found a parking spot, the place would be like, I don't even want to imagine what it would have looked like inside. I didn't even go inside. I was so pissed. But yeah, with this new addition, I plan on expanding on it, and then it's gonna go into the garage eventually once I get it cleaned out, and then I'm gonna be inviting other veterans in the neighborhood to come and use it to work out. So it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be cool.
A bunch of sweaty guys in your garage.
That's right, baby.
A secret video camera.
That's right.
Well, now you want to see my nuts?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see them. What you got for me?
What was that guy's name? I was going to say his name for who won the July 3D print. Where am I going? Email, right? Yeah, email. I wasn't prepared to say a name. I was just going to say the guy that got the free print, but I guess I might as well say the name.
Yeah. Yeah, Adam. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, that it's finally working.
Yeah, that was starting to piss me off. I was starting to lose it. I was like, what in the fuck is happening?
Well, anyway, probably take me too long to find the name, but we got the July veteran print. There's only one. We're still waiting for people to come get free stuff. Our impossible task.
Yeah.
Of getting people to come get free stuff. Was it this guy? No, next guy. Michael got the free print. And what he wanted was a tactical sack.
Oh,
so we got
yeah.
This tactical grip.
Amazing.
For, whatever you're going to attach on a rail. So it's literally a 3D printed ball sack that I did with 25% filling to try and make it more sturdy. Because I don't know if he's going to do it for show or try to actually use it, but figured I'd give it a little bit more weight and actually maximize the 2-hour print time with that much infill.
Maybe pull it off the screen. I don't want to show it too long and get ourselves fucking flagged.
It's fine. Perfectly natural.
Yeah. Picatinny nutsack. It's
in other prints, this one just turned out kind of cool, kind of interesting. So been mass producing the branch seals, and we have had a darker gray that I don't really care for. I really like the lighter gray,
Mm-hmm.
but I've been burning through it anyway. But this one finished at like 90%. I ran out of the dark gray, so I finished the top little bit with the light gray, and it came out kind of cool.
Oh yeah, that is pretty neat.
It's the Air Force one. So it's got like highlighted stars and a brim on the edge, but makes it a little bit more unique one.
Yeah. By the way,
Then,
speaking of mass printing the seals, you can go to rum-gaming.com, go to the shop, and you can purchase one right now. They will always be in stock.
Adam wants a rainbow tactical sack.
Yeah, I'm down for it.
Next, adding to our our black base crystal dragon sets that we're working on. I started utilizing the rest of the purple that we got for you during Steampunk November last year. So we got this nice
purple and black. Purple. I like it.
Came out really pretty. And then the one I was going to show you on Sunday, but I thought I would just wait and share with the stream to see your reaction because I think it looks super cool. I still haven't gotten all the little fuzz off of it. But we had like the yellow jacket looking one.
Oh, yeah. That's pretty cool. Now, is that just like a straight yellow?
Nope. So this is actually, and Adam can testify, this is the yellow that was used with his Alliance coasters that we made for him a couple months back. So it's actually called Mango Yellow.
Okay. Yeah, that's pretty neat.
So it's kind of a darker yellow, or deeper yellow, I guess you would call it.
I mean, it kind of reminds me of warning tape. It looks like a perfect yellow for like the police tape.
Yeah, kind of like that.
Yeah, I like it. Looks good. Black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow.
The last print to show was kind of a test print. I'm always trying to find, anytime somebody sends us models to make, I have to make that decision of whether I think the printer can actually handle it and produce a quality product for the customer. And so I'm always up for a challenge where I look at it and I'm like, I don't know, man. It's going to be kind of sketchy, like last month's KOA figure, making those tails with no supports and stuff. And it surprisingly came out good. Also testing how small and detailed you can get. I've been testing out what I can do for the board game figurine. And while this isn't Buford, it is a pirate. So we got this little guy.
Yeah, the amount of detail for how small that is on an FDM printer is insane.
Yeah. And I printed all this with like very minimal supports, this like flowing cape behind it. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
And it's only like 1.5 inches tall.
Yeah, that's wild.
But then, to show what that's going to, show the little prototype of the board game.
Yeah, next up, the board game. We've got some updates for the board game.
Trick me off.
I fixed it.
This is my little ghetto map.
Oh, God.
Or not a map, board. Okay,
oh, God.
Got the screen fuzzing. It can't handle that.
Yeah, it don't like that.
Okay.
There you go.
So, this is the idea of the board. So it's Buford going through space, starting at Earth and trying to get your way to the edge of space. And you have, I think it's a space debris field, a sun, asteroid field, black hole. And your goal is you draw cards and make choices. You either have the option of moving forward, or sometimes you'll move back depending on the luck of your roll or your choices sometimes, because the reds make you roll and have a chance, 50-50 chance of going forward or backward.
Right.
And so sometimes, you don't want to go forward one and make that roll. You'd rather go back one and stay safe.
Yeah.
So it constantly gives you options. So that's my little work in progress board that I need like a real artist for. But at least it gives me a functional board to test the game on.
Yeah. It kind of feels like a board game version of like Mario Party,
Kind of. So I based this game off of House of Danger. And I could read off an example here. So this is the whole game right here, this stack of cards. So that's as big as it'll take, one little box, basically.
Chutes and ladders, yeah.
And so how it'll work, so when you first start playing, you just put your character on Earth and you draw from the event pile here. And we'll just draw one and read, and we can make a choice together real quick to give you an idea what it's like. So this one is, the pictures aren't going to show up really well because they're black and white, but each one has a little picture themed with it. This is Space Pirates Hideout. It says, Buford discovers the hidden hideout of a notorious group of space pirates. The hideout is filled with stolen goods and dangerous traps. Buford must decide whether to raid the hideout or leave it alone. And your choices are either raid the hideout, and you roll a d6, and if you roll a 1 to 3, you get outnumbered, have to tuck tail and run back to the ship and escape. If you roll a 4 to 6, you're outsmarted and outmaneuver, or you outsmarted and outmaneuver the other pirates and escape to their goods, gain 1 knowledge card, and move forward 1 space. Or you can attempt to negotiate, and then you have a plus or minus roll again of 1 to 4 or 5 to 6. Or you can just leave and move backward 2 spaces and just not get involved with the space pirates. And so that's why you play as a group and make that choice together, or you can even play this game by yourself if you want to.
Yeah, it's got
1 to unlimited players, but you're on a time limit. So at the moment, the time limit is set to 30 minutes to either try and get as far as you can get before the timer's over, or as far as you can get before you run out of event cards. And then once it's over, then you draw from the ending stack based on how far towards the ending you got.
Yeah, so this game has tons of replayability. So you can play it, 5 different times and get a different ending every time.
In theory.
In theory.
There's like 6 different endings for each level, so like these are the ones if you get all the way to the end, level 30. So there's 6 of these, and then there's 6 more for each, 1 through 15, 15 through 29, and then 30.
Yeah. In your testing, how far have you made it?
So we only got to do 1 playthrough, and we failed terribly. We got to like 10.
Oh gosh.
But we had terrible RNG. The dice rolls were terrible. Like it's constantly we're getting the 1 through 4 roll, just 1 to 4, 1 to 4, 1 to 4. Like God, it took us like 4 cards to even step off of Earth.
Oh gosh.
Like, it was rough, but it proves that it's all just RNG for the most part. You can make the choice that you feel is safe, but if you have shitty dice rolls, then you're not going to get as far.
Yeah.
So one game you might just fly to the end in 10 minutes. The other game you might spend 30 minutes barely making it to like spot 10.
Sounds like a lot of fun.
That's what we're working on. I'm just working on 1. Obviously, need to get somebody to draw a map for me that has artistic capabilities. Once I confirm that map will work.
Yeah.
Because I want to get like 10, 20, 30 playthroughs to like really make sure you actually can consistently get to the end of the game.
Yeah, if you do like 30 playthroughs and you don't make it to the end a single time, it's like,
then I got to make an adjustment. So, yeah, that's the work in progress. And I'm still working on some easier to print formats. Because at the moment, it's still like, I'm trying to make it where I can print it at home very easily on like cardstock. And at the moment, I'm just having some formatting issues where it's like cutting off some of the letters.
Yeah.
But it's work in progress. Slow and steady. But we're getting there.
Hell yeah. I love it.
Maybe by Christmas we'll have some beta testers to send out.
Well, next up on the agenda, as we always do, we're going to talk about some veteran topics. And we've got a couple of them to talk about today. I actually found this one and kept tabs on this one. So I'll go ahead and talk about our first one here. On July 30th, the president passed HR 1815, which was the VA Home Loan Reform or Home Loan Program Reform Act, which I think is a really, really, really good thing for veterans. it gives the Department of the VA the ability to further assist and step in, um, to help veterans that are facing potential foreclosure on their home. I think,
which was a crazy amount of people that we found out. It's like
yeah,
70,000 veteran homeowners are more than 90 days late on their mortgage
yeah,
payments.
that's a really really sad statistic, but it's a fact. But the fact that those families are going to get some federal assistance more than what they were getting from the VA already is I think going to be a very very good thing. So that's exciting news for veterans on that.
And for those that don't know, the VA home loan basically lets you get a loan at a typically lower interest rate, and you don't have to do a down payment.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the key things. There's a few other things, but that's the most important things. It lets you get into a home a lot easier.
Yeah.
Uh,
And they'll work with you if you don't necessarily have the best credit as well.
yeah.
So,
In other veteran news, though, as
yeah.
we talked about in previous streams, that they were going to be doing some like major cuts throughout the entire like Department of Veteran Affairs,
Mm-hmm.
and we're just been kind of waiting for the hammer to fall to figure out what's going to take effect. And one of the major things that we were concerned about was the veteran suicide like hotline department. They were going
Mm-hmm.
to reduce it down to like a skeleton staff in a sense.
Yeah.
But the more recent news as of August 1st is they went from their plans to cut 83,000 employees down to 20,000
Yeah.
employees, and it's mostly clinical staff.
Yeah. Nurses and frontline medical staff, which,
Still a problem.
yeah,
but,
still a big problem. But
I'm
not,
sure there's plenty of facilities that have more staff than they need
yeah.
to maintain the place.
Yeah. Well, and the thing is what's funny about that is they kind of did just like a complete 180. Like they scrapped the 80,000 layoffs, and they just announced like a $52 million grant of funds for the suicide prevention program. So it's like they were like, no, we don't want to do that. We want to bolster it, actually.
Yeah, went from cutting it to bumping it.
Yeah. That's also just fantastic news, man. Just what a great thing. $52 million for suicide prevention for the VA, which is that's huge.
Yeah. Well, and it's not just like the VA, it's community-based organizations that provide suicide prevention and emergency clinical services.
Yeah.
So it's a grant program where any of these organizations can go and apply, and they can get up to $750,000
Yeah.
per organization. So it's not like one lump sum.
Yeah.
went to
Right.
VA. But yeah, it's good that all the little groups that are doing their part around the world can now sign up and potentially get that $750,000 a piece.
Yeah. Absolutely. And not only that, it may incentivize people who don't have a program to make one.
Yeah.
know?
Go start one with that 750.
Yeah. When the tides rise, all boats, or when the tide comes in, all boats rise. So.
Yeah. The next one was, it's only in one area, but it was still good to hear.
Yeah.
The positive VA segment was that a judge required the VA in West Los Angeles to build more housing for the homeless, veteran homeless.
Mm-hmm.
And it was kind of an interesting read. That's in 1888, somebody donated 600 acres to the federal government to specifically be used for that purpose, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not sure there was some kind of statute of limitations as far as like how long they had to do that, but somewhere down the road they stopped using it solely for that purpose, and they ended up like renting out that land and stuff. So one of them was like, yeah, they've sold off some of that $600 acres. Now they're down to only having 388.
Mm-hmm.
Until the judge finally said, look, y'all got to stop. Like, they gave this to you for a reason, and y'all have clearly not been doing it.
Yeah.
Because, what was it on here? They've used it to operate a private school, run a parking lot, drill oil, and then in the case of UCLA, they built their baseball stadium there. And I'm like, how is that helping veteran homelessness?
Yeah.
like, you got oil drilling, private schools, and a baseball stadium. Like, come on.
Yeah.
So, just nice to see that, they had enough power to go in and be like, nah, you're done.
No, that's not going to happen.
So now they're back to the original plan. At least, they could have just stopped it. You can't sell this land off or anything other than its true purpose, but they're also making them go and build. And they're talking about building 1,800 supportive housing units, as well as 750 temporary ones while the permanent ones are being built. So big changes over there. I mean, I don't know, how bad the veteran homeless situation is over there, but yeah. So that's good that they're crazy though. It's 600 acres to just donate.
Yeah. Sometimes people just, that could have been in his family for a long, long time,
Yeah.
And he was the end of the line. There was nobody else to do it. He was like, screw it for the groups.
Yeah. I mean,
Some
more
business.
power to him, but still. It's a huge chunk of land for like one dude to own and be like, you know what? Here you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all we had for veteran news there.
All right. Well, on to the gaming news. One of the topics that I think you've been kind of wanting to talk about for a little bit now is the updates to WoW. So tell me about it. You've had some time to play with it a little bit. What do you feel?
I mean, just specifically the one change, the one button rotation that they implemented, which was kind of comical. I don't want to get off on too much of a rant, but several years ago, there was a mod or a website you can go to make a macro that would do your entire series of spells that you're supposed to cast in a certain order. There was a group out there that found a way to put it into a macro where you could just click one button and it would go through all your spells for you.
Yeah.
And then Blizzard didn't like that so much that they purposely went and changed their entire game.
Macro language, yeah.
Yeah, they changed the macro language where you couldn't do that anymore. They're like, oh, no. That's taken away from the game. We don't want you to do that. And then here we are, fast forward 10 years later, and they're like, hey guys, we're releasing this one button rotation system.
Yeah, I mean, but that's
essentially do is push one button. But it's because over those 10 years, they've also been making the game more fast-paced, more complicated, more in-depth. And for a lot of the community, that's great. They want a more challenging game. For the other half of the community, we were almost losing interest because
it becomes a full-time job at a point. Yeah.
Well, not only that, but it was just there's certain portions of the game that just weren't available to you because you couldn't keep up with the other half of the player base.
Yeah.
And now this kind of bridges that gap. And B, for example, when I first started, I've been playing this game for 20 years, for those that don't know. And the first 10 years of the game, I played everything. Every class, every spec. I could teach you how to play anything. Led raids and taught people how to play the game for years.
Yeah.
And then the last 10 years, though, I could barely play the one class I'm playing because they just made it so complicated where it's, you only cast this whenever this one's on cooldown, and then if this one procs this buff for only 5 seconds, then you need to cast this spell.
Yeah.
And then that one has a chance of giving you this 10-second buff. And just fucking all over the place with things you gotta do, while simultaneously not standing in 17 different types of fire and interrupting the spells that your enemies are casting.
Yep.
It just became so involved that for people like me, of an older generation, I just literally couldn't keep up.
Yeah.
And so I've basically went from I can play anything to, well, I can only play these classes because they're the only ones my old slow ass can actually keep up with.
Right, yeah. Well, I mean, it's funny, people talk about, 10 years ago they would have never done the thing, but if you think about it, I mean, that's kind of what has made Blizzard and WoW last as long as it has.
Yeah,
It's
they
because
adapt.
they are willing to just make that change, a complete 180, and adapt to what their community is looking for. And it's kind of amazing, to be honest.
Well, yeah, because with this one button thing, it makes it where I can now go back and play anything I want, any DPS class.
Yeah, and still enjoy
Clarify
it.
that.
And still
Yeah.
enjoy it.
I can play any DPS class, any spec, and be pretty good at it. Like, I'm not going to be up there with the elitist, topping the charts or anything, but I can still get through almost every level of content of the game. It might just be at a slower pace, but I can get through the entire content that the game offers while playing anything that I enjoy instead of being limited to what
You can handle.
what I can handle.
Yeah.
Because that's what I missed. I used to play everything because I enjoyed playing everything. But then
Yeah.
as things got more and more and more complicated, well, they became less enjoyable. So
Yeah.
it's, revamping the game for me, and I'm assuming tons of other people, because I've gotten tons of positive feedback, that, it's making the game more enjoyable for casual players and older players and even new players, because now a new player can come in and, slowly adapt to that higher difficulty. They don't have to come in and all of a sudden be mashing 17 keys and freaking out.
Yeah.
Have a
Yeah.
stress level 1000 trying to learn a video game.
Well, but the nice thing is like now it gives those players that do take the time to like learn all of the different classes inside and out. It gives them an even deeper sense of pride, because like you can really flex that now, because it's like, yeah, you may be able to do your one button rotation and play it, but do you really know that character? No, you don't.
Yeah.
But for people like me, like there were certain classes that I just didn't play. I've never played to this day, just because I didn't want to feel like taking the time to learn that character.
Yeah. Well, and that's the other thing, is because they're so complicated, again, it was almost too much of a challenge for me to try and learn multiple classes.
Yep.
Whereas before, I could just switch on a whim.
Yeah.
Now I can. Now I can go back to just, I could switch whenever I want, and I'll still be decent at it.
Yeah.
Have fun with whatever I want.
So if you
Healers, though, they're still kind of screwed. But
Yeah. Well, I mean, healing with the heal bots and all the different like add-ons for healings, like it's pretty much a one button rotation nowadays too. You just click a frame and it does the spell, But
but now instead of like small, medium, large heal, now it's they have like 20 different heals they're going through.
yeah.
Healing's gotten kind of out of control too. Thankfully, the wife loves healing still, so
Yeah.
it's be screwed.
Yeah. Well, with that being said, like I said, if anybody's taking a step away from WoW, want to, has been pensive about dipping the toe back in, now might be a good time. Season 3 is about to start next week.
Nope, started today.
Started today. Okay, so raids open next week.
Yeah.
And then by I think end of the year, right? End of this year is the new expansion.
No.
Next year.
Like November, they're releasing the back in time thing. What was it called? Remix.
The
Legion
remix?
Remix.
Yeah, Legion
So you
Remix.
can go back and get like every mount and pet.
Yeah,
that
I'm
you can
definitely gonna hop in for that, because I do enjoy the mount farm and being able to go back and get all the cool transmogs that I liked. So I'm definitely gonna jump in for that. Yeah. Oh, well, Adam, that's actually on my list of things to talk about. So since you brought it up, yeah, Mafia: The Old Country. It does not come out tomorrow. It comes out on the 28th. If you pre-ordered it, you may get early access. But it comes out. What in the hell?
You have it on there, August 28th.
Oh no, August 7th. Okay, never mind. I guess it does. So not tomorrow, day after tomorrow.
You were August 28th.
One day. Okay, you pre-ordered. Okay, yeah. So yeah, it comes out August 7th. If you don't pre-order, So check that out. It's that one's actually pretty excited. I haven't played any of the older Mafia games, but just kind of looking into this one, it makes me kind of want to go back in and check it out. Like they look pretty cool. So I may have to give those a shot. But yeah, Mafia Old Country coming out in one day. So keep an eye out for that if you're into that series. Up on my list, I have Battlefield 6, and the reason why Battlefield 6 is on my list is because it's getting a lot more support and a lot more backing than I thought it would, especially with the huge flop that 2076 was. And I think the reason why is something that you actually brought up specifically, is just how ridiculous Call of Duty has gotten. With just the stupid, and I agree with you, just all the stupid like gun skins and operator skins, like Beavis and Butthead, and like really like Cheech. Why is Cheech and Chong in Call of Duty? Like really?
I mean, in my opinion on those, as long as it's a normal human, I'm fine with anything. Cheech and Chong, the guy from, Rick from The Walking Dead, things like that are fine. It's whenever you start adding in like literal cartoon characters, I'm like, this is supposed to be, to an extent, a realistic first-person shooter. You're in a real-life city with real-life people, real-life guns. Like, why do I all of a sudden have to see a cartoon character running around? Like, if I wanted that, I'd play Fortnite, Because to me, that's like seeing a Fortnite character landing into my Call of Duty game.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I don't get it, and I think that's one of the reasons why people are praising Battlefield 6 so much, is because they it seems like it looks really, really good, and they're sticking to their guns. They're not doing all the stupid, crazy stuff. Like, when you jump into a Battlefield game, you're going to get Battlefield, And I think that consistency people are going to really appreciate, and are already starting to appreciate from the Battlefield series. So coming out soon, Battlefield 6. I believe the open beta is actually happening this week or next week. So if you wanted to try the open beta for it and jump in and give it a shot, check it out on Steam. Yeah, go ahead.
One more thing about the skins, I was just going to say that also irritates me about Call of Duty, that I don't know if other games do it, because I've never really been a big skin person. Well, I guess I have, but with like Dead by Daylight or something.
Yeah.
But the problem with Call of Duty skins is they're only for that expansion, and they release a new expansion every year.
Yeah.
Or I say expansion, but version of the game.
Yeah.
But every skin that you buy is only for that current version of the game.
Yeah, which, in my opinion, that's one of the worst things about Call of Duty, is they're so predatory.
Because they'll release a new skin like a month before the next game comes out.
Yep, because they know people can't afford to buy their new game right when it comes out, so they're still going to milk their audience for all the money they have as long as they possibly can.
Yeah, and I'm sure in their defense, like, well, you can still play the old version, yeah, but when 90% of your community moves to the new one,
yeah,
like, why am I going to go back and keep playing the old one?
Yeah, and people ask me all the time why I don't play Call of Duty. It's like, because the game makes me mad. Just the gameplay itself makes me mad. It's just the tip of the iceberg. Like, that whole franchise for the past 15 years. No, I wouldn't say 15 years. I would say past maybe 5 to 10 years has just been super predatory and just shitty, honestly. Just really bad. Like, I remember playing like the original Modern Warfare 2 and like the original Call of Duty and like Black Ops, and like how fucking fantastic those games were. And to see that what it's come to is just so fucking sad.
I mean, I still like the gameplay of Call of Duty, though. It's just what do you call it? You know, the money greed behind it bothers me.
Yeah, well, and I think, and thank God for Battlefield, because if you think about like the competitive first person shooter space, who is Call of Duty competing with really? Counter Strike, Battlefield, Fort. No, they're not. They can't compete with Fortnite. Then it's not the same genre unless you're talking just Warzone.
Well, yeah,
But I'm talking about like,
if you're talking about the multiplayer. Then
yeah, the multiplayer. Like, my point is, Call of Duty is such an institution and such a dynasty at this point. Like, it's so difficult to break into that market and be successful that I feel like nobody's even trying anymore.
Yeah, because there was a few that like I liked playing on Steam back in the day.
Yeah.
I can't remember. Oh, Blacklight Retribution.
Yeah, Blacklight Retribution was a good one.
I preferred to play that. And then there was the other one that's still out there, Warface.
Yeah, Warface, yeah.
Because that kind of brings in kind of like an MMO standard where you actually had like a healing class, sniper class.
Yeah.
It's kind of,
well, I mean, that's how Battlefield runs it. Like Battlefield, you have your recon class, you have your engineer class, you have your demolition class, and you have your assault class.
It's just I think that adds a different, you know, thing to the game. Yeah,
but I mean, my thing is like, as far as like direct competition to Call of Duty, the only competitor they have is Battlefield. As far as like team deathmatch, ranked, competitive first-person shooter go, because I can't really throw in Counter-Strike because that's a different, like they don't do competitive team deathmatch in Counter-Strike, you know. So it's just,
but it's still similar enough. But it's also old as shit. Like they're not releasing any new Counter-Strikes.
They did actually. It's Counter-Strike 2 now. Actually, a few years ago they released a new Counter-Strike. Yeah. But anyway, that's I'll step off my soapbox on Call of Duty. But Battlefield 6 coming up. Check it out on Steam. You mentioned it a moment ago, and I just remembered it, so I added it to our list. Dead by Daylight. You know, I like to do all the Dead by Daylight. You know, keep tabs on it, even though I don't play it very often. They just did a Walking Dead collab. You know, you were talking about the Walking Dead skins in Call of Duty. Well, now you've got some in Dead by Daylight.
You know what you forgot? Rainbow Six. That's the other major competitor that tons of people play.
Is Rainbow Six an online multiplayer though?
Yeah.
Anymore?
Yeah, it's huge. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Rainbow Six Siege. Right, yeah, that's true. Yeah, you have Siege. Siege is a good competitor. That's fair. I forgot about Siege. But then again, I mean, I forgot about Siege. that says it on its own, you know.
But yeah, that's pretty much it. Like I'm looking at a list and like they're squeezing in some others, and I'm like, it's not the same.
No, it's just
really
not.
Just like Battlefield, Call of Duty, and Rainbow Six.
Yeah, like that's it.
The Counter-Strike series.
Yeah. Next up on my list is something that I'm really excited about that I just learned about. It's a game called Crosswind. It is a pirate open world survival game, but looks and feels, at least from the screenshots, different than Atlas, which I think will be cool. Looking at the screenshots of the game, it looks good. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to not buy it. You know, Goat knows I'm a sucker for survival games, and I can have 500 survival games. I'm you know, I love them.
You only beat 25%.
Only beat 25%. That's okay, but I enjoy them. I really enjoy playing them. I enjoy the process. I don't necessarily care too much about an end goal, but I enjoy the process, you know. So, yeah, I had to check it out. It looks good. So keep an eye out on that one. That comes out soon. They don't have a release date for it yet, which is a little sad. But yeah, make sure you go into your Steam wish list and add it. Crosswind pirate survival game. Looks good. Next up, I have Gears of War Reloaded. Yeah, the remaster of Gears of War.
I'm mad about. I feel like they should be coming out with a new one, not remastering.
Well, here's the reason why I don't think they're coming out with a new one. Is because in my personal opinion, I thought their newest one wasn't all that great, and I don't think I'm alone in that. I really don't think their newest one was received very well.
Doesn't mean that happens sometimes. It doesn't mean you quit.
Yeah, but yeah, so it's just a Gears of War 1 remaster and optimization for PC, which is going to be cool. I really loved the first one. I think it's probably my favorite if I had to pick one. So yeah, to see it with some updated graphics, it's going to be sick. Gonna be sick.
I really liked. I think it was their last one. It was called Judgment. It was pretty good.
Yeah, it was okay. And finally on my list is a Metal Gear Solid 3 remake. So Konami is remaking Metal Gear Solid 3. They're calling it Metal Gear Solid Triangle Snake Eater. So yeah, that's gonna be
such a
cool.
weird
Nice,
title.
nice little 2004 remake. I believe that.
You know what they need? They need to re-release GoldenEye as a competitor to Call of Duty.
Just do a remaster of GoldenEye and Unreal. Man, that'd be kind of cool.
Oh man, bring back the classics, man. Bring back some new Halo.
Bring back what was it? Fur Fighters, dude, from Dreamcast. Oh man,
It's been a lot of good first-person shooters out there that just, they had their period of time. And
yeah, they just couldn't stand the test,
Yeah.
But other than that, that's all. I think that's all we have for the stream.
Yeah. For some reason I thought we had more.
That should be it.
Otherwise, yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, if you do play WoW, me, the wife, and Mudslide here on the channel, we're hitting season 3 mythic progression. If you want to look for anybody to do casual mythics with, we're not sweats.
Yep.
Hit us up on Discord.
Yep. I'm still playing
recruiting tank and a DPS.
I'm still playing Dune Awakening, so if anybody wants to hop in and join Dune Awakening, still got that up
for
and
you to
going.
play it with me.
You're too busy playing WoW, man.
Time I've been logging in more than you.
Recently.
Pretty recently. I logged in on Friday. Modified our generators and paid our taxes.
Oh, good. Well, at least the upkeep is done when I jump in. I hope everyone has a wonderful
We are kind of
evening.
at that point where like 4 people would be much better.
Yeah.
Definitely hits an in-game curve. Where
Yeah, it's
PvP
tough.
It's just not fair for 2 people.
Yeah, it gets tough. But thank you everyone for joining us. I hope you have a wonderful evening. Check the chat right there. There's Mudslide's battle tag if you wanted to go ahead and add him. We will see you next month.
Oh, wait.
Oh, what you got?
Our Steampunk November.
Oh,
Advertisement.
yeah. Steampunk November confirmed. We will be there as a vendor. We will have a booth with all kinds of trinkets and gadgets and goodies. Come by and see our mythical wares at Steampunk November.
What was our code?
Goat and I will be at in costume. So if you wanted to see that, come by. It's in Venus, Texas, just outside of Dallas. The weekend is Goat. Do you have a weekend for me? The date?
Well, yeah, but I'm trying to find the discount code that we had.
Okay, well, I don't have a date off the top of my
It's the 11th through
the 11th through the 14th.
15th through 16th.
15th through the 16th. November 15th through the 16th. Venus, Texas. Be there or be square. Come check it out.
Yeah.
Now, if you wanted to get tickets, I think we're pulling up a discount code for you here. So,
Yeah. And it'll
Wait
be,
one.
I'll post it in the chat here. So just hang out in the chat even after the stream closes. I'll post that in the chat here. But we do have a discount code if you want to go.
Yep. If you also don't see the chat and you're watching this retroactively and you want that discount code, you can go to our YouTube channel, watch the VOD. You can go to our Twitch channel, watch the VOD. We'll be posting in our Discord. You can go to our website. You can find all of those socials and where to get all that stuff. Check us out. Come see us. Come buy some stuff. Steampunk November is going to be awesome. There's good shows, great people, really cool little venue. And there's your code, RUM-Game25. We'll get 20% off to anyone.
Yeah, it throws you off. 25 is the code, but you only get 20% off.
Yeah, well, year 25, I guess. RUM-Game25.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
RUM-Game25 for 20% off of your ticket. So go to Steampunk November, buy your ticket. Come see us in Venus, Texas in November 15th through 16th. With that, I hope everyone has a wonderful evening. Like before, go check out our socials, and we will see you next month.
Hopefully a few pounds lighter.
Yeah, now you got me out in the deep. Feeling I've been wrapped around your neck. When you burn me out like a cigarette.